Alright, hey there everybody. So, wanted to start a new series and I wanted to call it Pros and Cons. So, with the first episode, we're going to be talking about the 2DS and all the different pros and cons about this specific system when compared to other 3DS models. So, I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it and show you the different systems that I have, and we'll see how well this series goes. So, without further ado, pros and cons of the Nintendo 2DS. Alright, so here are some of the pros. The price is usually $80 nowadays. When they first came out, they were $129.99, and they still came bundled with a game. So, like for instance, this black and blue 2DS was $129.99, and it came with Pokemon Y. That's the same as this red and black Yokai Watch one. This was also $129.99. But all the newer ones, this blue and black one came with Mario Kart 7 for $80. Then we had the red and white one you could find, $80, came with New Super Mario Bros. 2. And then our Black Friday special editions. The Ocarina of Time 3D, that was $80, came with Ocarina of Time obviously, and more recently, the Super Mario Maker 3DS, 2DS. $80 came with Super Mario Maker. So, you really can't beat that price point when starting out with a console that has such a massive library. Our second point, this system comes with a charger, and I know people are thinking like that's a little weird, but Nintendo had a market decision for the new 3DS that they did not package with a charger, so it's nice to have that option with the 2DS that it comes with a charger. Alright, our next point is it's the most durable overall due to the lack of a hinge. Anytime you throw a hinge in, that's just an extra weak point in the console. So without having a hinge, it increases the durability of the console. My next point is good stylus placement. On this system, the stylus is put on the side here. Majority of people in the world are right-handed. Sorry, left-handed. But it's just easy to get that stylus out just by flicking the right hand. Next bulletin we have here is an external removable storage. I'm talking about the SD card. There is a physical slot on the outside of the console where you can insert your SD card and take it out and have storage on the go whenever there's other consoles that you need to take apart in order to access the storage. Now the 2DS was built for kids in mind, but even that being said, it is comfortable for adult hands. This is a nice comfy console to hold in the hands, to play for extended periods of time. The 2DS is great, has great ergonomics. Alright, our next point is it is fairly easy to work on and repair. As you can see, this console right here was actually red and white when we purchased it, and we have taken the blue and black one and made it blue and red, and we swapped all the hardware, all the black hardware at least, to the white one. So now this one is white and black. Which leads us to our next bulletin and our final one for the pros. The 2DS has really cool color options all around. I mean, they have white and teal, and they have awesome limited edition ones like the Super Mario Maker one. And they're all for the same price, $80. So there's so many different options that you can personally have and kind of make it your own, you know what I mean? So they're not all the same looking. Now we're going to head over to the 2DS cons. And there's not as many cons as there is pros, but they are there nonetheless. So we talked about the 2DS being a durable console, but in the same sense, the screens are exposed all of the time. So they're going to be more prone to scratching and, being crushed and being broken. So that's just one thing to, note. Our next bulletin is the screen picture quality is really not the best. I mean, the newer 2DS and the new 3DS, the screens just look a lot better. And also to note, a fun fact is the 2DS only has one screen. If you take apart a 2DS all the way down to the screen, it's just one screen. And that's just something that many people don't know. There's only one screen in here. Alright, our next bulletin for cons. It only has one speaker. So we take a look here. That is it. That is your one speaker for all the 2DS models. And if that's an issue for you, you can always put in headphones. But when it comes to high quality audio, you're really not going to find it here. Our next bulletin is the lack of the 3D option. Although it is considered by some to be a gimmick, it is an awesome option to have. I mean, obviously it's called the 2DS, but when the 3DS came out, I mean, I thought it was awesome. I would turn it on just to see what, games like Ocarina of Time looked like, games from my past, just to see how they looked like in 3D, and it kind of blew me away. And it's a nice option to have. Obviously, you can turn it off with the 3DS, so it's kind of a bummer that it's just completely gone, but I'm sure that's how they saved a lot of money and provided, you could purchase it for $80. Our next bulletin is the battery life is not the greatest, and with full brightness and your Wi-Fi on, like when you're playing Mario Kart 7 online, that battery's gone quick. Like you need to be plugged into that charger in order to maintain your gameplay. So that's just something to keep in mind. I know they make aftermarket batteries. I haven't been able to see them online lately, but that's just another thing to keep in mind. And then our last bulletin is the difficult/uncomfortable portability. This is not the most compact system. Obviously, you can't fold it. You can't really put it in your pocket that well unless you got like giant cargo pants. You're definitely not sticking it in your pocket. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. But all in all, I really enjoy the 2DS, and I would recommend the 2DS to anybody that's wanting to get into the 3DS market. It's a great starting point, and you could always trade up if you don't like it, or if you do like it, you can always trade up to the next model up. So this is the first episode of our new series that we are going to be calling Pros and Cons. So thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content, and make sure you drop a like down below. So thanks for watching this time. Till the next time. See you guys.